hello everyone. Just going to babble on a little bit while I wait on StreamYard and YouTube to catch up with one another and play the ad. So, if you are watching the playback back, let me know what you're reading down below. If you are part of the replay crew, happy to have you. If you are in the comments, then let me know what you are reading and or doing tonight. I am going to be probably making as much of a dent as I can in Red Sister. This is the Backlist Book Club pick, and I've read it before, but I am doing a spoiler vlog for it and annotating it. The spoiler vlog probably won't go up until the end of the series, but they'll go up installments on the Patreon. So I need to get this done. I would really love to be reading 0 Hour or 0 Days, but probably not going to get to that one tonight. So what are you all doing? Hello, Taylor. You're reading Sundown Motel. I need to make a big dent in it tonight, but you don't feel well. I'm sorry. I feel you on at least just being utterly and completely exhausted. So I'm going to try to go for a while in these sprints, but I will be honest, I am so tired. So we'll see. Hello, reading Babel and loving it. I'm so glad. Need to make a dent in Red Sister. Yep, same. Will read Yellowface, but tonight you're going to read Fool's Fate. Nice. I'm glad you're loving it. Need to read some of A Day of Fall and Night, then make a dent in Red Sister. Everyone's reading Red Sister tonight. I love it. Unofficial backlist book club sprints. Making your way through The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Hello. Can't decide what to start because literally every single book you have physically checked out is taken on audio currently. Oh no. Maybe a book on audio that you don't have physically checked out, or do you have to do them like in tandem? Twisted Games. I really want to get to this one. I read Twisted Love and didn't love it, but didn't dislike it. And I've heard Twisted Games is a lot of fun. Hi, just starting a full week off work. Oh, I love it. Representing the UK Midnight Crew. Happy to have you, Beth. Should be doing laundry, but really don't want to. Mood, Nikki. Probably listening to Red Sister and making pasta salad. To Kill a Kingdom. Nice. Finished a couple of sessions for a conference and then picking back up Red Sister. We're just the Red Sister crew tonight. I love it. Last 100 pages of The Shadow Rising. I also need to do that. Hello. Working on dinner and then starting Wayward. Hi, I'm packing from vacation and organizing a book haul. I love that for you, Michelle. What kind of crazy shopping and visiting bookstores while in Boston? You know, as you should. As you should. Need to read absolutely anything slacked all weekend. You know, when you're training, though, that's fair. Takes up a lot of your brain power. Yeah, I was intrigued too. It's definitely feeling more thriller than mystery, which is not usually Ruth Ware's thing. I'm working on Love Theoretically. Reading the last 100 pages of Chain of Gold, and then maybe a middle grade horror called Watch Hollow and The Deep by River Solomon. I hope you like them. Hello, Beach Read. Yeah. Hello, Rebecca. Reading the new Riley Sager 100 pages, and it's due at the library on the 5th. You got this. You got this. That's what we're here for tonight. We'll help. You are not reading Red Sister, but the Postmaster. Are you liking it? Because I keep seeing it pop up everywhere, but I've really not heard anybody say anything about it, honestly. Hello. Currently at work, hoping to continue to chip away at Fourth Wing. Yes, I was reading this last week. That's fine. If you're working, like you can only read so much at work. Most of the time, I bring a book with good intentions to read at work and never actually get to read at work. Reading Dead Winter. Nice. I'm hoping maybe to get to this really soon. Got triple points at Barnes & Noble today. So many books, so little time. Yeah, I literally just placed an order before Sprint started. But it was books I was going to buy anyway. So I picked up, I say that. I picked up Blood Sanctuary. No, Blood Sanctuary is book 3. Blood Grace? What is the second book of the Blood Mercy series? And then I got Air Awakens, which is an Elise Kova. And then I got the new Tracy Wolf Star Eater, Sun Eater. Need breaks in between reading long fantasy books before jumping into another one. Fair. Hello, reading an arc of Kingdom of Sweets. Interesting. Sounds like my Perfect Wayward Children's. Meant to be reading Red Sister, but I think I'll pick it up tomorrow instead. Fair. YouTube loves to give you 10 plus minute ads. Don't watch those. Skip the 10 plus minutes. Reading the one. I hope you're liking it. Reading Hurricane Summer. Fun. Have so many books that I'm in the middle of, not sure which one to prioritize or just start a completely different book. What are you reading? Maybe we can help. What are your options? Ollie, can you please stop licking your paws? That'd be great. Need a sprint. Reading historical romance called What a Duke's Got to Do. I think I've heard of that one, maybe. Maybe start with the book that's the shortest or the one you've made the most progress in. It's always a good suggestion. Liking the puzzle master still in the opening, but intrigue is ramping up. Awesome. Loved the deep. It's intense. Hello, Roxy. Need the motivation to read. Currently in the middle of Rick and War, The Four Horsemen. Don't think this is the Laura Thalassa Four Horsemen, but that's the only one I know of. Love the one. Reading a Broken Blade. Are you liking it? I have that one and I really want to get to it, but I just haven't prioritized it yet. Needed these sprints. Have so many Libby book checkouts and only a couple of days left. This is a mood. I do this all the time, and then I just never get to them. Fourth Wing and cross stitching. Are you liking Fourth Wing? I just finished Chandler's vlog where basically she was like, I pretty much hated Fourth Wing, which is fair, but I cannot relate. So I am doing the full annotation thing. So we're probably going to do slightly longer sprints just because I'm going to need the extra time to do the annotation. Do you know how hard it is to annotate a mass market? Because like when you go to highlight something, you need the book to lay flat. You know what a mass market doesn't do? Lays flat. I also have one of Cassidy's Patreon bookmarks that book clubs are cursed, which I probably shouldn't use for this because I'm hoping this one won't be cursed. One for Your Enemy, yours truly, Addie LaRue, Red Sister, and 6 Scorched Roses. I say either yours truly or 6 Scorched Roses. Probably Scorched Roses because I think it's the shortest out of those, and hopefully will like not require a ton of your undivided attention. Only 64 pages in, but good so far. Good to know. Reading Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. It's okay. Hoping it'll get better. Well, I hope you end up liking it. Most people, I think, do like that one. The Good Sister. I guess I'll need to read that fast. I mean, you have over 24 hours. Seems reasonable. All of your holds come available in Libby at the same time, and you can't read them all, so you have to delay most of them. Yeah, I do this a lot. Thank you, Rebecca. You don't need to do that, but thank you. Wish I liked Red Sister more. Hope you do. I've read it before, so it's not a new read for me. I think I gave it 4 stars when I read it originally, so I'm hoping for at least another 4-star. No, this is War is an MM romance by Sienna Moreau, but I don't think it's as good as the Laura Thalassa one. Not loving this, but I think it'll put you in a slump. Oh no. Well, then put it down. DNF. It's the way to break the curse. I hope so. 6 Scorched Roses. Yours truly. We had Pop. Hello.
Hi.
In Search of Red Sister hardback at a reasonable price. Good luck. I have that, but that's the reason I'm annotating this is because I'm not coming near my hardcover with annotations. I'm not nearly good enough at that edit for that. So,
are they super expensive?
Yeah, they're out of print.
Mm.
So, all the highs to ride. Yeah, they've been out of print for a while, and I don't think it was a huge print run to begin with. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, you can find them occasionally used for like $30 or $40, but most of them are upwards of like 60 and 100.
That's expensive.
Yeah, especially for a not special edition, just
Just a
hardcover.
basic hardback book. Yeah.
Mhm.
Understandable.
What are you doing tonight?
I want to go now look at those new authors that are coming to Polycon and add them to my list. And then I gotta start Red Sister too. So
We'll have the live show Sunday, and
I know
that's up on
it's
me.
gonna be a chunky one. So I really gotta prioritize it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look that chunky, but then the font in mass markets is tiny.
It's so tiny.
475, right at 475
Yeah,
pages.
it's so tiny, the font. Which I didn't realize that.
Ebook.
Yeah, we're gonna just push through it.
Nice.
Thanks.
I do think we may go ahead and do a sprint if that's okay with you, Rye.
Yep.
Because I really, really need to read, and this is like the one night that I feel slightly awake enough to do that, so I need to take advantage of it while I can.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me. I had the timer pulled up, but screen share I did not do. Yeah, a lot of authors.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it's so tiny. So tiny. I actually don't hate mass markets. I just wish the font was bigger.
I don't like mass markets, so this is gonna be interesting to read.
That used to be all I read, and then I stopped.
Yeah.
When that was no longer like mass markets, definitely not standard anymore. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
alrighty. Well, I will see you guys back in 45 minutes. I was like, wait, where are my buttons? Hello. Welcome to Kaylee. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
It's good to see you guys. It's been a little bit.
We've missed you. I hope you had a good semi-vacation. No, it wasn't a complete vacation. Part of it was a vacation.
Yeah, part of it was. That part was freaking bomb. Like one of my best vacations ever. It was so fun.
It's so funny. I was just, my dad has to go down there for work. And I was like, oh my gosh, my friend went on this too. Like, and they were feeding them marshmallows. I was like, y'all talk. I literally was just talking about it. It was so funny.
That swamp tour was literally the highlight of the whole vacation.
That's what I was talking about.
It was amazing. Like, I didn't think alligators could be cute, but the second the guide is giving the alligators the marshmallows and they're all just swimming up to the boat trying to get the marshmallows, it was like the most adorable thing ever.
Feed an alligator marshmallows. Like, what the heck?
Like, that my mom was
saying
like, marshmallows?
so many,
Yes, they were marshmallows.
Yeah, so many tours go through there, so they had to figure out a thing to feed them that was kind of like empty calories to not totally like disrupt their diet and
That
like
makes sense.
have them be overweight or underweight or like have the ecosystem get out of like touch or whatever. So they figured out marshmallows, and it's literally so funny because the swamp boat, like when it goes through the swamp areas, he's like, yeah, the alligators, it's like they know it's like their ice cream truck because they literally all come swarming the truck to get the marshmallows, and like they know boat means marshmallow. Luckily this is an area that like no other people are gonna go through, you know, it's like a protected area that only these tours can go through, because otherwise if you're just like canoeing, I feel like that would be a little sketchy if alligators are just all swimming up to you expecting you to give them marshmallows. But
Fine.
When we went on our dolphin thing last week, dolphin watch, yes, we saw baby dolphins, like literally one like that was like, I mean, obviously not that small, but like a fresh baby. It was keeping up with all the adults. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
So cute.
How'd everyone do? Sorry, I got squirreled for a second. My mom was wanting to know if David was coming because we were gonna grill tomorrow. I am on page 68, so I read like 35 or so pages, which not too bad. I need to get to like 130 tonight. That's my goal.
I didn't read, but I went through and looked at the newly added authors to Polycon and added to my list. So I went through each one of them and which ones I'm interested in and stuff. So
nice. I need to do that. I was going to do that, and then that's when I got like so busy and I abandoned the spreadsheet, but I need to go back to the spreadsheet and like start organizing everything. I'm so pumped.
It worked out perfect that weekend. I was like babysitting or dog sitting at my parents' house. So I was literally by myself. So like I had nothing else to do. It was like perfect timing. I spent hours, just hours.
That's awesome. I joined late, so I didn't read a ton, but I got 3% into Speechless and Actanton. Here's like the title up there. But yeah, only 3%. I just started it, so it's a SPIFFO book.
I need to pick those back up. That's priority number one after this. I'm trying to get in the mentality of like I want to review them, but at the same time, if it's not going to be a semifinalist, I don't necessarily need to finish it and have a 3-star book.
Exactly. Yeah, that's where I need to too, because it's really intimidating if you think about like you have to give like really thoughtful reviews for each one that you read, and then we're also trying to read them like fairly soon-ish. But like giving thoughtful reviews is something that can come later, but I feel like top priority is just figuring out a semifinalist. So that you can do without, having to like deep dive into a book that is going to be like 2 stars for you at the end of it.
Honestly, if it's going to be 2 stars, I will probably end up DNFing it and not going back and doing like I can give a review based off of what I read, but there's no sense in me like finishing it.
And the thing is, like, I want to read, and I think you do too, so many books outside of our like 10 allotted SPIFFO books. And so if we're like giving all of the review energy to our 10 allotted, there's not going to be enough time for us to like do a deep dive into all the other self-published fantasy books. So I would rather like get through ours to do a semifinalist, and hopefully along the way find some favorites, but then be able to move on to ones outside of our 10 where we're hand picking them ourselves to suit our tastes, and there's a better chance of us finding something that's going to be a new favorite that we can shout about to everyone to go read, you know.
I agree. Because I mean, like, if I think it could be like a high 3-star, a 4-star, then I'll finish it. But if it's like a 2-star easy, it's like, maybe I don't want to, like, I can give criticism based off of what I read without giving them that, 2-star stamp. You can just say, this wasn't a semifinalist contender, therefore I'm moving on. It sounds less mean than this is a DNF. Got to page 330. Are you liking that one? I know that a lot of people are reading that because of Sahar's book club right now. I'm going to be, late to the party as usual. That was supposed to be in my vlog that's coming out Wednesday, and everyone was not having a great time, so I didn't do it.
I'm nervous for it.
Yeah, I read it back in April, and I was thinking about rereading it, but then I'm like, why am I going to reread something I read in April? So I'm just not rereading it. And then obviously I didn't continue on with the series. So then I'll be reading the new ones as we move through the rest of the trilogy. Yeah.
Hello, Brie. 10 pages of Otter still. Are you still powering through? 24 pages. Got distracted by another severe thunderstorm and heavy rain. Yeah, we've had those a lot today too. I think Lexi was struggling with it as well. Done with your sessions. Ordered Cinnabon. That sounds like a great choice. Kaylee got all the cookies earlier.
Yeah, I want to tell everyone about that actually. Like,
tell us about your cookies. I'm going to keep reading how we did, but you tell us about the cookies.
Let me know in the chat if anyone has heard of and uses an app called Too Good to Go. So like it's a food waste app where basically restaurants and bakeries and stuff post like really discounted grab bags that you can just buy on the app, and then you go and pick it up. And I just found out about it on TikTok today. So I downloaded the app, and there's one place by me that does it because I kind of live in like a random place in Texas, like not in a big city or anything. I think it's really bomb if you like live in a big city, like definitely check it out. Where I spent $5 on a thing of cookies because it's a cookie bakery place. I got so many cookies, and I did a taste test of each flavor. They taste fresh. They do not taste stale at all, but it's just like things that they had to sell that day that otherwise they were going to have to throw away. And so instead of throwing it away, they give it to you in this like super discounted thing. And so I got like let me show you guys the picture because I got a lot
of cookies. I was very disappointed nobody around me does it.
I need to tell Sam about this app because I feel like it's like perfect for him. What's the app again? It's so far in our messages.
Too Good to Go.
Too Good to Go. Sam, look up Too Good to Go.
Some even fell off, so I need help doing it.
It's amazing. And it came with 12 cookies and a big like Blondie bar. And the Blondie bar is like the size of my face. It's so good. And I froze some of them because like I hopefully will not be able to eat all of those like in the next like 2 days before they maybe start to get stale. So I froze a lot of them and then kept a lot of like some of them that I could get through in the next couple of days just in a Ziploc on a counter. So we'll see. But it is the only place near me that does that. So it's not like going to be a constant thing because how often can I go and get this many
cookies?
I mean, if you needed to.
But now I know what to do anytime I want cookies because $5, that's a steal for like bakery cookies.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm looking it up right now for me.
And it was so easy because that was the one thing I was worried about because I get like nervous when I'm like having to do something that maybe the other person won't understand. And then I'll sound like a weird person being like, oh, can I pick up my Too Good to Go order? And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? But like I walked in and they're like, oh yeah, let me see your app. And I just showed them like that I bought it on the app and they handed it to me and I left. It was like a 2-second process. So
wow.
Nice. Especially since it's probably at the end of the day when they're about to close up anyway. They're not busy or anything.
Yeah.
Those are my goals.
I will have a lot because like, oh man, there's no stories. Oh, hold on. It's only did within 6 miles. So let me like increase it. Because like I don't live too far to like downtown. So I feel like possibly.
You can also drag it and move it around too to make the vicinity bigger.
Yeah. And like it's also a thing where if you're going to like a different place on vacation or something like that, it's like a cool thing to check to be able to get like some interesting food for way cheap, and it's just food that was gonna get thrown away. So it's like,
Oh man, I have nothing near me.
I don't either.
bad.
It's called Too Good to Go. It's an app.
I'll
That's
type it
lame.
in the thing. Too good.
Is it a new thing?
I don't know if it's new or not. I have no idea. I just found out about it on TikTok today because my whole TikTok feed is just New York City restaurants, and that's how I saw it. Was someone like showing the hauls that they got from like New York City restaurants of Too Good to Go, and so that's where I think like if you live in a bigger city area,
That makes
this
sense.
would be like really cool because there's probably so many options on the app. But I live in not a big city, and there's just this one cookie place that does it. So
That's really cool. So as we're expanding, so it looks like it sounds like it's fairly new. So maybe
We need more pieces.
I'm intrigued.
No, that's for so.
Hello. 75 pages into the only one left.
what do you
Now
think?
y'all are making me want cookies. I have cookies. I don't need cookies. We went to, there's this place called Cookie Fix over by me, and they use like salted sea salt in their cookie batter. So it's not overly sweet. It's still pretty sweet. And I got a lot of them. But
I had
like, well, they're not weird flavors. It's like normal stuff.
Mhm.
I need to. I didn't have dinner because I thought Grayson usually goes to karate on Mondays, but we'd obviously go last week. So we're on vacation. We get there and he's like, "Oh, there's really no classes today." And I was like, "Oh," he's like, "We'll do a one-on-one with Grayson like for 20 minutes." I was like, "Cool." So, but I didn't have dinner before because we have to leave at like 5. So then my parents wanted to meet us at like Sweet Frog, which is like frozen like yogurt bar, like ice cream
Yeah,
bar.
we have
Whatever.
one of those.
So I had like a little one for dinner, and I'm like, "That's my dinner tonight. That's awesome." Like I need to actually eat food.
Looks like this has been around for a while.
Wow.
51 pages. Crumble cookies look amazing. Yeah, I'm considering grabbing them tomorrow on the way to my mom's. I could bring dessert.
They look really good.
See, look at you guys go.
Yeah, I'm glad I could tell everyone about it. So yeah, it's so freaking cool. I'm gonna be checking like every place I go to now to see what you can get because it's just cool. It's like I said this in our group chat, but it's like so fun because it's the combination of like a mystery bag paired with like a huge discount coupon price, and it's like I love both of those so
Yeah,
much.
yeah. I love it. It's such a cool concept.
I think it is outside of the US too. Someone's saying, I wonder if it's in London. I saw this is just coming from TikTok. I literally found out about this an hour ago, so I'm not an expert, but it seemed like there are some people in the UK using it as well on TikTok.
Oh, right, it's weird. It sounds cool. I'm a fan. I wish we had it, but it sounds cool. Maybe. It sounds like it's mostly a bigger city thing, that places that like want to eliminate waste. I live in this area where, waste is just a thing that happens. So it's not really like a conscious thought that people would go searching for a way to eliminate waste, which is a sad thing to say. But Ollie flipped up so fast.
That's so funny because like our doorbell just rang. Amazon just delivered a book, and Justin didn't even like blink twice. Like didn't even phase her that someone was at our door. That's why I like closed my camera for a minute because I didn't know who was. I'm like, who is at my house? Like no one comes at 8:11. But
My upstairs
Look at
neighbors
it.
just decided to go down their stairs, and that's what he was really angry at.
all right, let me open this. It's back up. Actually, he's got to look up.
Hello.
Hey, wow, I can't open it. It's at a weird angle.
Oh, the past 2 nights.
Yeah, you needed the nap.
When I first read that on like the side, I thought it was like, oh, I got 10 hours last night. I was about to be like, oh yeah.
Okay. Eddie is excited for see.
I just destroyed this box. I don't know what my address is. Look at how I just opened this box.
Wow.
Hold on. It's the newest Elise Silver, Reckless.
Ooh.
And her books are changing publication or covers.
Oh yeah.
So, they're gonna be out. Like she just released, which I loved, when each book, specifically each book, this cover is being pulled, so we know exactly which cover. And she's still the last one in this series is still gonna be published in October in this style, and then be pulled in December. So it's not like she's changing mid-series, which I appreciate.
Nice. Yeah.
So I made sure I grabbed this one, and then I'm gonna get the 5th one and this one. So I binged the books 2 and 3 when I was on vacation. I absolutely love it.
I've heard really good things about that series.
It's such a good like I never thought I would be into like a cowboy romance series, but I
It
absolutely
definitely doesn't sound like a me thing, but
no,
I've
I
heard really-
think that's I was been super hesitant opening like doing it, but just the like the bonding of the family and it's just such a great book
Mhm.
series, and like every character still shows up in all the other ones and they play some like significant role in them, so you really like follow the same characters for 5 books. You get so attached, so I love them.
Okay, so we're gonna do another sprint. I think we'll do another 45 minutes. And let's see if I can I've got to get to page 130. Because if I do that, then I can read like 67 pages a day and be good by the live show.
Oh, that's not a bad.
Are you
And
just
I mean,
doing
like you think about, okay, well, you need to read 67 pages, but even though the font's small, like the page is literally the length of my hand. It's not like, there's not nearly as many words. No matter what you do, there's not.
No matter how tiny the font is, yeah.
mass market versions of like where it also has a floppy version, mass market always has more pages than the floppy version of the same book. Are you just doing physical or audio with it, or
I did audio originally, and I think that's part of the reason I didn't like the books as much, because they're just the narrator narrates it in a very disengaged way. And so I was like, I didn't connect to Nona at all. And everybody around me is like, what are you talking about? Like, she's an awesome character. I connected to her really well. And I'm like, I never got it. So I think I'm going to do them physically this time.
Smart. I hope you love it this time.
I mean, I gave it 4 stars the first time. So it's not like I didn't like it. I just never, like, I didn't get that 5-star connection. So the live show is this coming Sunday at 10 a.m. Central, or
11 EST.
Yeah, 11 EST. Yes.
I'm obsessed with them, Shannon. I have to pause this one right now for Red Sister. And
I mean, Red Sister reads easy.
Yeah, I'm excited. I just gotta sit and start it. I think I'm intimidated by it, and I think that's why I've been putting it off. But I don't know why I am. It's just because I don't know. But
just start it. Just start it right now.
I'm going to. Once both kids go, or once I get bedtime, I'm gonna sit and start it.
Okay. Well, let's do another 45 minutes. We'll see you guys. Hello. Welcome back. I made it to page 100, so I only have 30 more of my section to do for today. How'd you guys do?
I started reading, and I am on page 16.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't.
Super intimidating so far. Are you doing okay?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm. I don't know. I don't know if I'm smart enough for it.
It starts more confusing and then it sets into it and then it's just about like the kids.
Okay.
Like,
It does a lot of flipping in the beginning without, like, it'll do like a 2-word that it's a memory or something. And so it gets really confusing, but that'll level back out.
I'm like reading this and I'm like, I feel really dumb right now.
yeah, you settle at a location and then you're at this location for a long time. And once it stops transitioning between different like traveling moments, it gets a lot easier to follow.
It's about 40 to 50 pages in.
Okay. Because there's just like, I feel like there's so many characters mentioned, like people's names, like in such a short span of time. I'm like, oh
They'll
my God,
repeat those over
so
and
many
over
people
and over and over.
remember. Okay.
No, that'll get repeated constantly.
Let all the character names besides like Nona, the main character, just kind of like fly over you.
Okay. I know that's why I opened this and I messaged Malin Cassidy and I was like, oh my gosh, this author's note. I go,
we skip the author note.
This is so intimidating. I go, I am no. So yeah.
I did not end up reading besides one page. I ended up just talking with Lexi and Kelsey for like almost the whole time.
No, you didn't. You fought Teddy the whole time.
Oh, I was fighting Teddy. I forgot about
Teddy was
that.
so
Yeah,
funny.
Teddy got like a big burst of energy. He's like passed out now, but he just got a sudden burst. And normally I would go take him on a WALK, but it is like over 100 degrees right now, so I don't want to do that. And I don't think Teddy would like that either. So
No.
instead, we just argued with each other. I sent like our group chat a video of like the noise he was making that whole time because he was like dog arguing with me the whole time.
He was full combo. Like,
I love that you have to spell it out too, because we do too. And now Grace can be like, let's go for a WA. He'll sometimes skip the L. He's like, we'll look for WAK. And I'm like, he's like so cool. He'll be like, yeah, let's go.
I'm sorry that your AC is only semi-working. I cannot imagine because the heat index here has been well over 100.
Oh man, that's awful.
I have not, but I have heard good things about that one. The Psy Changeling series.
Yeah, I don't know what these
I
are.
don't read that one.
It's the Nalini Singh books.
I probably would recommend
Paranormal
it if I
Romance.
saw like the cover, but
Yeah.
It's a paranormal romance. 30 pages, nice. 40 pages, 32 a fourth wing. Finished making the pasta salad, switched to more laundry, and listened to Red Sister. You are a multitasking queen, Nikki.
Oh, I also talked to Michelle for a little bit because Michelle posted on her story that she's reading
Yes.
Fourth Wing right now.
I was like, I don't know if I want to know.
I
I literally messaged her. I was like, oh God.
I said the same thing to her. I said, oh my God. And she goes, I'm scared.
I think romance readers are not gonna like. I just finished Chandler's vlog of it, and she was not a fan. She was like, "This is an utterly ridiculous book," and I was like, "You know what? Truths, but do I care?
Yeah.
No.
So
Do I want to make it my whole identity? Absolutely. Like, I am so obsessed with that book. Like, I'm still thinking about it. Like, I
feel like every day I wake up and I'm like, should I reread Fourth Wing?
Yes, I literally have the audiobook and I will not get rid of it because like unsave it from Scribd because I don't want my opportunity. But I feel like I want to listen to it and just
because I never listened to it either. So that's
either.
like a new experience for us then. So
Exactly. And I want to know the dragons. That's all I want to know. I just want to know what I just want to know so bad. See, I used to even light up just talking about it and thinking about it.
I'm like, oh.
At least the sequel's soon.
True. Yeah. I'm so excited for that. Oh my God. I need to like figure out what edition I want. Because I'm assuming they'll be all the editions, but
I pre-ordered the just standard sprayed edges because
I have that pre-ordered too. I ordered, because now I'm afraid they're not gonna.
Yeah, I think I pre-ordered them, but since they're just regular black sprayed edges, I kind of want a copy that has something
Fancy.
cool going on.
Mhm.
But I still
Well, that
want it
would
to
be
be
the
the
same
same
height.
cover. Yeah, same cover, same everything else. I just want a copy that
But
has cool
then-
edges.
You can't buy it from any UK retailer
So,
because they're shorter.
so then that's nobody then, right?
Well, I mean, like, I'm assuming you could compare the measurements, but UK hardcovers are typically about that much shorter than the UK or
You
US
need multiple
ones.
copies. That means.
But you could buy the UK Fourth Wing and then the UK Iron Flame.
Yeah, but like I like the fourth and copy I have now.
I know.
Mhm.
Double check though. I mean, occasionally they're the same height, but I would say most of the time the ones that I have are just a little bit off.
And I don't think there's any company that would do the US version of the book, right? Because like even
Not
Fairly with
company,
the
I
US
don't-
warehouse, it's like they would use the UK
Mhm.
version, I think.
Yeah, I know of a couple of like individuals that buy stock and then spray the edges of the stock, but because they're like small or hand done, they're outrageous.
Yeah, they're so expensive. But I've never bought a book like that, so I feel like if I was to ever do it, it would be
Would be
the
for
Fourth
that
Wing
reason.
sequel. So
I thought
maybe-
about getting the serpent one, and I was like, no,
Mhm.
yes, no, yes, because it was
I'm
really
excited. Are they
the
changing the
designs
cover?
span both.
Are they changing the cover for the Yeah, they are.
I
I'm
think so. I
excited
don't see
to
why they
see
wouldn't be.
what it looks like because then maybe I need both. Because I already
Well, I
have
will
the
get
full
both.
hardcovers.
I will get both because I don't want, because technically I know it's a series of duologies, but it's still a
Mhm.
series, and I don't want 3, 4,
Mhm.
5, and 6 to not match.
True.
But this makes me mad because now, like, she released on whatever schedule she wanted. It doesn't make me mad, but now we're probably going to have to. She's gotten books 3 and 4, I think, are written because she said today that on some page that I looked at, that she was 4 books deep or something into that series
Oh,
or
wow.
something. Well, maybe she was talking about the world and she was counting 6 scorched and slaying in there. I don't know. But I'm assuming no matter how quickly she writes them, we're now going to have to wait a year, like no matter what, which is just like,
Yeah.
I mean, yay for her, but
Yeah, I'm so happy for her. Like she deserves it so much. But like, I want the best of both worlds.
Give me 6-month releases like indie, but like give her the money of traditional publishing.
Yes. Yes.
Starting Fourth Wing. I hope you love it.
Hope you enjoy.
I am curious though, for some of those really big indie authors, are they gonna make more with traditional publishing, or do you just ride the high of doing whatever you want? Like,
Yeah. I do wonder
like
how
Holly
the
Hoover.
behind the scenes because it's like
Mhm.
and even Carissa Broadbent, I mean, her books are so popular. She has to have paid a good amount from self-publishing. Because I know Daniel Green posts his he's very transparent about his self-published book stats. And I remember his first book making a good, I mean, it wasn't as much as you would want for like a full-time job, but I remember being like pleasantly surprised because I thought like it would be even lower. But I think it was like, don't quote me on this. I really need a fact check, but I think he said it was around like 30 or 40K he made on his first self-published book. Of course, he has the benefit of having a big audience that was interested in
but
published
now
books.
she has all of BookTube behind her.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm like, for these books that are like viral sensations, she could be making a really good amount. And I feel like publishing contracts, besides Lee Bardugo, who got that 10 million plus contract, I feel like they're not that big anymore.
Yeah.
So the thing is too, like through the being the new series so popular, it's brought new light to her older series, and so like people are like that's taking
I'm
away.
Pretty sure. I mean, she had to have gotten a really good advance, but I'm pretty sure that they will pick up the War of whatever series 2. So I'm sure those are changing.
Oh,
but
I'm
that's
sure.
a finished series, so I won't have to rebuy those. It's just the other ones.
I don't have those physically yet, so
I don't have those either. I'm waiting on how I feel about books 2 and 3 to see if I'm gonna buy them or not. But because I just based off of my book 1 thoughts, I don't need to own them. But if I love book 2 and 3, then I'm gonna snatch them so I can have these covers locked in.
I like the covers. I'm not a huge full body person on my covers. Like a lot of times for me, like that's a deterrent versus a book. But I do like there are certain books I do like, and those are ones that I don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I see my thing is I don't like when a person is on the cover when they're like a real person.
Okay, yeah, that's a better way to put it. Yes,
Yeah.
that's yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And it doesn't need to be cartoony like rom-coms. Like it can be, you know, how fantasy has a lot of like
yes.
illustrated people, but they're still
That's a
illustrated.
good, yes, that's a good way to put it. Yes.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
but I didn't know. I bought the Elise Kova without having seen the other ones, and now I'm like, should I see if they'll cancel my order?
I'm so interested in Rye, what you think of the Elise Kova book that you chose for your book club, because I don't think it was that series, but I read I think it was a series that Claire really likes, Air Awakens, right?
That's the one Cassidy's absolutely like dying over right now.
Yeah. She's
Oh,
like
really?
binging
Cassie's
them.
liking it a lot? Interesting. Yeah. I gave it 5 stars. And then partway through the series, I just stopped like liking it. But I think it might have been a me problem because it went from like 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars to like a DNF. But it wasn't anything like inherent in the book that was a DNF. It was just like, I don't know. So I like need to revisit that author basically. And
I've had deal with the Elf King for like a couple of years, probably like since towards the beginning of BookTube. I was super hyped about it, and then like I heard some really mixed reviews on it, and people didn't love it, and so I never like prioritized it, and I kind of just like.
I think the mixed reviews though was that it was too slow and not enough romance, and like, thank you, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I don't mind that in my, especially that's I like that in a fantasy, especially like a series. I don't want them getting on in the first 20 pages. Like, no, like that's not for me in a fantasy romance.
This is insane, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, this book is crazy huge. But yeah, we were switching between authors a lot, but I think we were talking a lot about in that moment, like about Carissa Broadbent's self-published income versus her new, because she just got picked up by a traditional publisher, what her new income will be with the traditional publisher, because it's like really interesting to see if you're like a viral sensation being self-published. I almost feel like you could be making more money.
Possible.
I don't know. I wish we like had an in for someone like that, because we'll never know what the difference is. But
it was a big thing with like, I think Colleen Hoover will be the last one that I could think of where she was self-published for so long before switching everything over.
Yeah, Air Awakens. I gave Air Awakens and Fire Falling, which is books 1 and 2, 5 stars, and then I randomly DNF'd book 3. And it just like,
oh gosh,
but like it could have been a me issue at the time. So I like have been really wanting to. Okay, book 3 was fine. Maybe it wasn't a me issue then. Maybe it was going downhill. But it was a while ago, and that's why I don't remember why I DNF'd it. And I am the queen of picking stuff up and stopping it halfway through for no reason. So that's why I'm like, was it me or was it the book? I need to, and I avoided the author because I don't know if it was the book or me, So.
Yeah. I'm speaking on going from indie to traditional. I just was at Barnes & Noble on, I don't even know what day of the week it is. So I went on Sunday, and they had Mariana Zapata's book, Culty, and it was, or not Culty, it was one of her other books, and they had an illustrated cover that was completely different. So I'm wondering I wonder if her books have gotten picked up. I don't know if anyone would know, but I looked at the cover and I did not like it. It was like this cutesy romance like cover, and I was like, that is not
that doesn't seem to fit the vibe.
Granted, I have not read that one, and I've only read Culty, but just from what reading Culty and just from what other people said, like I do not like these the cartoony type books for her. I was like, so I'm curious if it's still indie published, if it's been picked up traditionally. I'm curious now because I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I know exactly what cover you're talking about, because that was my exact same experience going in Barnes & Noble and seeing that, and I was like,
I literally did like a double. I wish I could obviously like I videotape it, so like it'll be in my vlog, but like I won't have and I was like, what is that? Like I literally did a double check. I was like, is this the same book? Like, because it just does not fit her vibe of. Maybe was it the Wall of Winnipeg? I'm trying to remember.
Oh yeah,
I think it was the Wall of Winnipeg and Me, because that's the one I saw. Because that's the one book I've read from that author, And I really want to try other stuff from that author.
Oh,
I
I
liked
loved
the book,
Culty.
but there were like some weird moments in it for me. Yes,
It's
Yeah.
so weird to me. Like I
Which
just
is
is not.
nothing like the original cover either.
No, and the original cover, I like this because like I haven't read this one, but it matches Culty to me. Like it just has more of the indie
Yeah.
romance
Yeah.
vibe to it. But for this, it's picked up by Avon, so Avon published it.
I really like the original cover too of just the football helmet.
Me too. Like this,
I know.
it's the new edition with exclusive bonus kind of. Now I'm curious if Avon has picked up all of her books.
And I'm not like a hater on the cartoon rom-com covers. I prefer those over like the Shirtless Men covers.
Yeah.
But that cartoon rom-com cover is just also so boring. It's just all blue with two little
very traditional. Like so as of right now, Culty does not have an Avon cover. They still just have the basic like soccer stadium one. But I bet it's coming if now I'm curious to look at all her books.
Part of me is like, though, I'm happy for these indie authors, but at the same time, it's like, just let them be big. Let them be big.
And Maria Zapata doesn't like. She's a huge.
It's like, well, you should have picked them up originally if they wanted it. Some people don't want it.
It is interesting. Like, I don't know, maybe people in the comments who have been like into self-pub romance for multiple years can let us know, because I feel like everyone's being picked up at once. It feels like everyone is currently.
It seems very trendy right now, and I wonder how long that's going to last.
Yeah, but like maybe this is just the vibe. Like maybe every time a big, like a self-pub author gets big, they get picked up, and then if people read them in later years, don't even realize they were self-pubbed at first.
This is gonna be the all roads lead here.
Oh gosh, that's terrible. I'm
Look at
so
this
glad I
man.
have the other cover.
Like this, if you see this cover, does this make you want to read about this man? Absolutely not.
I'm so glad I have the other cover. No, like I'm super happy for the
trying.
indie authors. I'm just like, if you tried, which some people don't even try to become like traditional published, they just do the indie route. Which
How do you go from that to this? Like, no.
Yeah, I'm so glad I have that cover.
I
Yeah,
need
the
to start
other covers
buying-
are so much better, and it sucks because she probably had no control over the covers too, which is also such a weird part of being traditionally published, that like the authors don't even know what the cover is going to be until it's basically finalized.
Yeah.
But like, how boring of that publisher to just go with the super safe route. Like, it's not even an interesting cartoon rom-com cover. It's literally so boring. Like,
and it's like a bright orange. So like we have the Well of Winnipeg, which is that bright blue background, and then we have All Roads here with that bright orange. Like
They're just leaning into the trend.
That's what it is. And the thing is, like, those books, I get it, like the whole discreet cover thing, but like,
dear God, please don't do like a weird, discreet cartoony for Carissa. I will die.
The thing is, I think like you could do discreet, but the thing is, those covers were already discreet. Like they aren't.
Yeah,
There's
you didn't
not
really
like a
need to
shirtless
tweak it.
man on it, but like I feel like I don't know, like just those rom-com, those covers just remind me of rom-coms, and these are not rom-coms at all. So I feel like it's super misleading. At least with like Priest and all those like the discreet covers, there's still not a rom-com-y vibe because you know you're like, and I say like it's almost like a mismarketing.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and it's at least give us a little bit something in like the solid color. Like give us a little bit of the background, give us something interesting where like we can read the book and come back to and be like, ooh, there's that. Instead it's just like a color with two like generic cartoon characters. I don't know. They're boring to me.
Agreed.
Like, especially because that is just the trend with all traditionally published romance books. It will not stand out because it's just how all of them are.
I agree with this because you're looking at those covers and you're going and thinking a rom-com, and Culty is not a rom-com at all.
Yep, I agree with
There's
all
a lot
of
of extra things in that.
Yeah, and like, yeah, it is crazy, Carly, that they don't have much to say. Because I will say though, I'm not like someone that's so against cartoon covers, because at the same time, I hate the shirtless men covers because those are also just boring to me. Like, it's just a shirtless guy with the cover and that's it. Like, give me something more. I don't just want to see abs for like 50 different books, you know? Like give me abs, but then give me like something else to look at too that's more interesting. I'm just like not a fan of boring covers. And I feel like the shirtless men and just this solid color block with 2 cartoon characters are just both boring.
Do you literally go to like the at Barnes Noble? I'm thinking right now, like the new romance section. That's the entire table, and I won't lie. A lot of times the books just end up looking the same to me. Like there's literally one cover that looks just like Alison Cochran's book. It's this purple cover with 2 characters like sitting at a table, and I was like, I don't even like those. I don't even pick those up anymore. I tend to pick up the books whose covers aren't the cartoony ones when they're on those tables because
Yeah.
I want something different.
Just starting to like cartoon covers.
I think
Yeah.
they go well with like rom-coms. Like that's that's the correct spot for them. But
And
Yeah.
I like cartoon covers that just have more to them. Like I just
more
like,
depth.
yeah, give me, like I said, a background, you know, give me like a city skyline if it's in the city, give me like a house in it, you know, give me something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, the discrete covers are
Something.
so boring. They could be so cool. Like think about all of the like fantasy covers that are just the title of the book with like cool designs on it, but it's not necessarily like any characters or any like setting. It's just like cool swirls and stuff.
Like
you know?
everybody loves the Hob covers, and they are so basic, but
Yeah,
they just have a little
exactly.
texture that
Mhm.
helps.
And like they could do that kind of thing with the discrete covers instead of
Mhm.
just having the title of the book and one random like apple on it, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Quote, and shading Twilight there a little bit, but you know.
It was the thing.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I mean, Twilight is of its time, but I feel like now it's like, give me something more interesting. I don't know. I just like definitely think publishers all go the safe route because they just want to do something that they know will sell.
Mhm.
And it like makes it so we don't have much innovation in publishing, innovation in like what we see, what types of books we're getting, because everyone is just going to do something that's similar to something else because they know it's going to sell well instead of taking
Yeah.
any risks. And that's why self-published stuff is so much more exciting, because while there's less quality control, so you're going to encounter some things that aren't as good, you're also going to encounter things that are totally new because it's self-publishing. You don't have anyone dictating like it has to be like this other bestseller because otherwise it's too risky for me to pick it up, you know?
Yeah. I think though too, the cartoon cover thing, like you would think I know I should avoid that book, but because it's so trendy, things that should not have that type of cover do. Therefore, you're either getting an audience that doesn't want it and is going to give it a 1 or 2 star because it wasn't what they wanted, or losing the audience that would have wanted to read it had it had a more representative cover.
I mean, I
Mhm.
think they've
don't
had their
understand
time.
it.
Like, I think they really like. For me, I feel like those covers really came about with the Brown Sisters trilogy. Like, get to like
Mhm.
play Brown, like that solid background, the characters. But like that was now how many years ago? Like that was at the beginning of my booktube. So that's been over 3 years, and I go 3 years is not a lot, but in the retrospect of how many books are published a year,
In publishing it, it's a huge one.
publishing, that's a huge thing. Like I want something new because we've been seeing the
Yeah.
same type of romance cover the past 3 years. Like
Yeah. And while 3 years isn't super long, it is quite long with how many romances are published
oh
each
my
year.
gosh,
So for
romance
us
are
to have,
published
yeah,
so fast.
3 years straight of hundreds and thousands and thousands and thousands of romance books that all look exactly the same to the eye of the cover. It's just like I will say it's nice walking into Barnes& Noble and seeing the romance area, and it's so colorful, but
Mhm.
browsing it is not the most fun section in my
I don't
opinion.
even go to
They
that
all
table
look
anymore.
exactly the same. Yeah.
I don't even go to it anymore because I'm not
Mhm.
interested.
Yeah. It's hard to browse unless you know what you're looking for, because it's like, okay, I guess I'm just looking at like 500 books that are all the exact same thing with just different shades of the rainbow, you know?
Mhm.
Like it's
Yeah.
hard to pick something out because none of them stand out, because they all stand out, so then none of them do.
Yeah.
I love self-pub books. My Barnes Noble needs to get better.
Yeah, they're getting better. Okay. I hate to put us into another sprint mid convo, but there are lots of fireworks going on outside, and Ollie's about to start having a fit. So
Sounds
we're gonna sprint. Maybe they will calm down in the interim. Okay, see you guys in 45 minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I did not really read in that sprint. We've got fireworks popping off left, right, and center, so we may not chat very long and have to end these because they're really loud and driving Ollie crazy. But how did you guys do?
I ran to the grocery store actually. And came back. I had to get a couple of things for tomorrow.
That's
And I
quick.
only read like 2 pages. So
That was quick.
yeah, the grocery store is like a half a mile from my house. So only had to get like a couple things. So it was quick and easy.
The fireworks are just starting out by me too. Now Teddy is growling and going crazy. So fun. Love that.
Lucy hates fireworks too. Like we put her in like the basement and we play music to drown out the fireworks. It's so bad.
I like it's kind of late here for them to just be starting, so I'm a little bit worried about tonight, but oh well. At least there's no work tomorrow, so if I'm up late, it's not the end of the world. But I didn't really read anything besides another like 2 pages, and then I was just talking to people again. So including
an exciting life.
Yeah.
15 pages. I made supper and texted with your brother. Listened to a bit of Red Sister. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progress I made. It was nearly 100 pages. So poor Ollie. Yeah, he's normally they don't bother him, but I think it's just because it's nonstop. Like if it's 1 or 2 pops, he's good. But there was one a minute ago that sounded like they were having some kind of grand finale, and then it just kept going. So
Jeez.
I probably need to get off of here in a minute, like go turn the fan on in my room and see if we can't tone it down a little bit. Dinner and catching up on BookTube. 37%, 32 pages. That's good. I mean, the thunderstorm is not good, but the no fireworks is good. Hey, Brainy. 50 pages. I'm glad you're starting to like it a little. Wish you were liking it more. Still at a low point. I've heard most of that book is a low point, so if you didn't think that, then that's good. 2 hours later and finished chapter 3. Fair. It does get a little less confusing, I promise. The dog hates fireworks too. Glad we don't have any until November for bonfire night. Yeah, that's good. Hugo's scared of everything but fireworks and storms. That's good.
No,
it has to get bad, but we're getting there. I'll do the noise. That's funny.
That's a good idea.
50 pages of Wayward. Off to bed. Good night, Nicole. Come on. Okay, yeah, but I'm controlling these tonight, so you have to lay down. Thank you. 90%. 2 chapters of Otter still. You're still going? No one close to our house does fireworks, but our closest neighbor beside your in-laws are right at a mile. That's good. Yeah, sorry. Probably the last sprint. Got to page 153. Not loving this one either. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's annoying. Maybe you'll find a good one in the next one. It's like David the other night. I think he went through 5 movies before he finally settled on one that wasn't boring. It was all of these like British mysteries that were super, super slow. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right, go. Okay. Yeah, we're probably going to have to end these. Sorry, guys. I did not expect for the fireworks to get quite so bad until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Poor babies.
City. I live in the country of the city, so I think that's what the problem is.
Ours will be really bad. Well, they'll be bad tomorrow, but on Saturday, we have like we can watch them from our house. Is like a fireworks show.
Yeah,
and it's like the best one in the area. So it's like
it's nice that you don't leave home.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, we could like literally just put our lawn chairs out like on our driveway.
That's nice.
We don't have to like go down to the crowds and stuff. It's perfect.
Only made it to page 66 in Red Sister before you had to put it down to do other things. Yeah, the long chapters aren't bothering me, but I think that it's like there's long chapters broken up with smaller ones, so you will get smaller chapters. They're not all super long, but the beginning ones are pretty long. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you are all having a happy 4th of July if you're in the US. And if you're not, you're enjoying your peace and quiet. I think Kaylee has sprints tomorrow, but I don't know what time you're starting.
I think I'm starting at 11:30 Central, and I'm going like all day. So we'll see. I'm just gonna stop when I want to go to sleep for the night. So there'll be long sprints tomorrow. So come hang out. People will be popping in and out throughout the day, but obviously I'll be there the whole time. So if you don't have any plans and you are celebrating 4th of July, come celebrate your day off with me.
We'll hang out with Kaylee. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. I don't think they're scheduled, but if they are, I will find them and put them in the comments.
They are scheduled
They are?
on my channel, yeah.
Why was YouTube not showing them to me then? I looked like 5 minutes ago.
I scheduled them yesterday, so
Oh.
they might have been like pushed back, you know.
Yeah.
But I think if you go to my page, it should be like
I found them.
on the front, yeah.
Yeah, it's because they were scheduled yesterday. Okay, so there are Kaylee sprints for tomorrow. So we will see you then. Good night, everybody.